We interrupt your regular broadcast day to bring you a PillBilly Spectacular. Colin Scott Campbell joins the panel at which of attic fires and PillBilly hilarity ensues. I believe we might be at the point where Colin Scott Quinn has left the conversation. So we may actually jump back and retro snipe this continuing live stream. Here we go. PillBilly Spectacular.
Like 2:00 where Tones is, so he might still be working.
Yeah, he's usually working by this time.
Yeah, he's usually working right now.
What a great conversation.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really awesome. Yeah, so that was great. So let's see what's still going on.
Your Fifth Amendment right. He cannot ask you another question.
Well, he can. You just don't have to answer.
Oh, gosh, his voice.
On the DUI stop. When I went to the DUI checkpoint, he said, "You have anything to drink tonight?" And I said,
"No, you didn't."
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain.
Ladies and gentlemen, another superficial breakdown on ad hominem style attacks by three people who cannot hold fucking jobs. The PillBilly trio is proud to make fun of Chili DeCastro to make their own worthless, shitty lives seem better.
Silent. And he said, "Have a nice night."
Yes, that's Chili's vinegar.
You can't question me anymore after I invoke my.
You can. No, God, no, come on, Chili. No. You can invoke your Fifth Amendment right. They can keep asking you questions. You could just say, "I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right." The only time the cops can stop asking you questions is when you say, "I want a lawyer." That's when the cops stop asking you questions.
It's not surprising that witch of really attic fires, homes where your heart is burning in the attic. Words. It's not that phrase. This is the magic phrase that must be spoken. It's you. They can keep asking you questions until you ask for a lawyer. It's not magic words. If you say I plead the fifth, I don't want to give up self-incriminating evidence. At that point in time, the police usually fucking stop. Maybe a few more questions. There's not a magic phraseology that needs to be spoken. You subset fucking wingnut.
Is when you ask if you want a lawyer. Bruh. Like, that's common knowledge, man. Like, oh my God.
This woman is a teacher's assistant, and she's responsible for monitoring teenage students, middle school age, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. If this woman was near my fucking kid, oh my God. That's why you can't hold a fucking job, dude. What would your employer think? I'm going to dox you. I'm going to threaten to dox you. What would your employer think if they heard this fucking bullshit coming out of your mouth?
I don't. Wait, don't say stroke. I'm going to say stroke. Wait. Stroke.
She's going to keep saying stroking.
Well, keep saying it now. Like, that's not how that works.
And then you can check that Jack Pig. You don't have to put up with that nonsense. You don't got to put up with that. This is how it works. This is how you do it. If I need a little resting, if I need to hold my arm up, look at this. Look what I'll do. I'll take my armrest right there, and I stick my elbow right on it. Do you see how I do that?
He just wanted to flex in front of the camera.
Touchdown position. That's how your arms.
To the arm right here.
Your arms go to a touch.
Miss Mandy is picking on someone who's flexing, showing off on camera. If you hire Miss Mandy as a producer, eventually she will try to show those tiggle bitties to you. And you're making fun of Chili for showing his bicep? Come on, Miss Mandy. I need a raise this month. You want to see my titty shit? Fucking wow, what a pig you are.
You
down
don't.
position.
And I put my
You see this arm
No,
movement?
they
here,
don't.
and I shake it all about.
They stay here on the
other side of
wheel,
the goalpost.
and you
Wow.
don't
Wow.
bloody move them from there.
Copper can't say I was reaching. Copper can't say nada. I had my license, registration, proof of insurance ready to go, along with a copy of my driver. I'm a black man today named Denzel Washington. I had everything ready to go for the Jack Booth Thug Pig.
No.
I had every.
Yeah, man, Chili D con artist. I agree with you. Chili DeCastro is not that fucking smart, right? But he is the smartest guy on the fucking panel right here. The three brains together aren't as fucking smart as Chili. Chili's making bank, man. He's selling a tri-folded piece of paper and he's making fucking coin. These fucking clowns can't even hold a fucking 9-to-5 minimum wage style job. Is too much for them to fucking handle. Like, they can't handle it long enough to use it as a base to move on to a better job. And Chili's making $15K a fucking month selling tri-folded piece of fucking paper. You waste all this time saying what a fucking douchebag Chili is, and he's beating you to the bank, and he's carrying a bigger bag of fucking money. Who's the fucking dumb one in this equation? If you had two investment choices here, invest in Witch of Hearts, invest in Delete Laws. I mean, if you're out to make money, you got to go with Delete Laws. Witch of Hearts will make shit. She can't even hold a regular fucking job. She got a lot to say about Chili DeCastro, who's at least going out there and hustling, while she fucking has a minimum wage paying teacher's aide position in which she babysits and monitors the behavior of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And this is the level of intellect she has. Wow.
Yeah, you probably don't want to have things like that,
registration, proof of insurance, everything was together on a laminated card. I already laminated it. I took my time to do it because I don't want this Jack Booth Thug Pig to have any kind of power over me. I gave you everything I have to give you required by law. Leave me alone at that point. I'm not going to play the game of why'd you pull me over. I'm not going to play the game.
I thought you needed money.
You know how
Still
fast
trying
I
to
was
stop
going. No.
That sounds about right.
No. We've seen time and time again that you end up
sorry,
going
Chili,
to
not sorry.
that you end up going to jail. You have to use the tri-fold. Then the cop says, you know what? I want to search your car.
I tell you what, if you start reaching into random places in your car, you're not going to jail. You're going to a morgue.
And then you get out of the car. And then you turn around and you pull your tri-fold out and you say, you know what? I revoke consent. If I can give consent, then I can revoke consent. And I revoke consent. United States versus Williams, 2018, 1991, Florida versus Gemino. Both say that if I can give consent, I can
Florida
revoke
versus
consent.
What?
I revoke consent on camera.
Stops it more and
now,
more.
from the 1914 case of
I don't
Weeks,
contract
called
with you.
Exclusionary Rule, he can no longer search. He has to stop searching. Anything he finds after the search, after you revoke consent, is no longer admissible in a court of law. If you have it on camera, doesn't matter what you have in your car after that point. You gave consent. He took your consent, used your consent. You revoked that consent, and then he searched your car.
That's 5
anyway.
consents.
It's now the exclusionary rule. No longer can he use the poisonous tree from 1961, Matt versus Ohio. He shouldn't have asked for consent because you reinstated your 4th Amendment right. Because if you can give consent, you can revoke consent. You have to have the tri-fold on you. You have to have it.
You don't always get to revoke consent.
This is your position. Copper can't say he's scared.
Yada yada.
Look at that. You can see both of my limbs. You can see everything. My hands.
You can't when you're bloody reaching all over the place.
I have everything rubber banded in to my visor. I've got everything right there. That's how we roll.
Hands on the wheel.
That's how we roll every day when we roll.
That's not
and if he asks you to get something, if the officer asks you to get something,
ready to go,
then say it's in such and such a place. I'm just going to get it.
Why don't you have your insurance, your proof of insurance, and your registration? Why don't you have both of those on a laminated card up in your visor?
You're not allowed to have them
laminated.
laminated.
You don't have your registration and your proof of insurance on a laminated card up in your visor. Why don't you have it done? You're gonna get pulled over, Jack. You're gonna get pulled over.
Do you know, ironically, the only time I've ever been pulled over is actually on foot.
How to do it. And boy, did I F this up.
I've never been pulled over.
I've been pulled over. Granted, it's been almost 2 years since I've been pulled over. And I was pulled over. I gave them my license, my registration, proof of insurance. Yes, I was kind of a little bit speeding in a work zone, but the cop was super nice. I was super calm, and she was just like, "Look, I'm just gonna write you a ticket for." She didn't do the speeding, but she called it like reckless driving, even though it was just I wasn't like going in and out of the lanes. I think I was doing like 50, and I didn't notice it was a work zone, and the work zone's like 40 or something. So that's what it was. And yeah, they'll just call it reckless, even though it wasn't. But she said, it's better than the speeding charge, and that was it. And then the ticket I got before that was, oh God, like 10 years before. Like, it's been a while, and every single time it went smooth because I did what I was supposed to do. Like, I didn't cause shit because I didn't need to. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest, Mr. Colin Campbell.
How about you, Colin?
Hello. Nice to meet you guys. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. We did talk once. I don't know if you remember, but we did talk once because I emailed you about Lauren De Laguna coming on, for Chili to come on Lauren De Laguna's channel. Which you very graciously denied the request. It was very gracious. It was actually very civil. You were not like rude or anything.
I'm not Chili. I'm not a dickhead. I'm civil with everybody.
But it made me laugh because Chili thought that I had challenged him to a history debate, which I never did. I just told him that I was better at history than him. And who's this? Sorry, this is my backstage. Backstage, can you turn on your camera real quick, or at least put in the side chat who you are? Because I don't know this name, and I'm not going to get bombed, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny that he wanted to have that debate, and when that opportunity arose, he chickened out. So it was fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I doubt he chickened out. He probably realized what a fucking mental midget you are, and that's saying a fucking lot. Just Chili thought you were too stupid to waste time with.
You probably are more skilled at history than him because he really doesn't know things about anything.
No, Truth Finder, you're not coming up here. I don't got anything to say to you right now.
Colin Scott Campbell is a junkie in treatment, still on the methadone. Not, I wouldn't consider that recovery. And like a junkie, Colin knows if I want to peck the red peg and get my fucking reward, I got to tell you everything you want to hear. So this is Colin Campbell, the Clayman version. Just mold him into whatever you want to be.
I don't even know why you wanted to come up here to begin with. Sorry, guys. Well, yeah, because I, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm better at research than he is. Hence, like the 5-second research I just did about Judge Nolan, seeing that he's not a judge, he's actually a defense attorney. Have you yourself done any research for Chili? Like, did he ask you to look up anything, or did he do all of that research himself?
He doesn't do research himself. He doesn't do any research himself. Very rarely. Like his idea of research is to go on ChatGPT and just ask ChatGPT something.
We've seen his infamous exchanges with ChatGPT or ChatGHP as I call it. For obvious reasons.
And that's not an act. He actually argues with it even off camera.
Oh yes, yeah, we've seen that.
Colin's gonna repeat this shtick. He got a good response when he said it in Demons. He got a good response when he said it in Welsh News Network. So this is going to wind up being a regular shtick, standard worked in comment for Colin.
Oh, for the love of God! So has he actually paid you yet?
No.
Sort of my
Yeah, I didn't think so. As soon as he asked, I was like, yeah, no.
I had talked to somebody in his camp that had talked to him and said, and they talked to him and he said he was open to paying me and just quashing this thing. I told him, I said, if you pay me,
yeah,
like all I wanted from the beginning was my pay. You pay me, I'll remove the videos. I'll stop talking about you.
Yeah, but you started fucking pulling blackmailish type hanky-panky shit, changing passwords, deleting content 2 days before your pay was fucking due. If I was your employer, you wouldn't get a fucking dime from me until I made sure all my shit was secure. So now you fucking wait because you caused the fucking problem. Why are you fucking... You can't hold that against them, bro. 2 days before your pay was due, you started sabotaging his fucking company and leaking his financial information. Fuck you, man. I would make you sue me for that fucking money. For sure. I would make you file a fucking court case, get a lawyer, all the rest of the shit. And the day before we go to court, I'll just give you your fucking pay. Dick.
I did call it last time we streamed, and I was like, what's the bet this is? Because we noticed it from his when he streamed. I think he was moaning about you going on Irish Demon's channel. He showed the payments that he'd made to you, and the one from October was like $100 or whatever it was. And I'm like, what's the bet that Colin wants to be paid? Because we're nearly at the end of October. What's the bet that he wants to be paid for the rest of the month? And Chili's got a bee in his bonnet and doesn't want to pay him, and that's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured it was.
It's retaliation for me leaving. That's why he didn't want to pay me, because he wanted me to hang around and train a replacement.
It's not retaliation. That's such bullshit. It's not these two fucking pillheads just hope they go along with fucking Colin because it's bad about Chili. Colin started sabotaging Chili's company 2 days before he was due to get his pay, 2 days in advance. Then he didn't get his pay. I wouldn't fucking pay you either. You did the fucking sabotaging before your pay was due. You started releasing fucking wiretap style recordings of Chili with business associates. You signed non-disclosure agreements with him. You're not an infiltrator, Colin. You're a fucking traitor. Untrustworthy in all things. Why the fuck are these two clowns celebrating you? Because you're the new Tina Slay. You're the 2023 Tina Slay. Are we going to have tub time with Colin soon? When you finally get into a place that has running fucking water? Are you going to celebrate by having a tub time with Tina simulcast? You're celebrating a fucking traitor. you shitty fucking people.
And stuff. One, he didn't want me to leave at all, but I was like, no, I'm done. So, he wanted me to train a replacement. I'm like, no, well, this month will be the last month. That's it. So, him just deciding not to pay me anything at all, I think is just, because he's butthurt that I was leaving.
So I know you've already been on Irish's stream, you've been on Welsh's stream, you've been on
Colin, again, not butthurt because you were leaving. He was okay with you going. The problem was you started sabotaging his fucking company 2 days before your pay was due to you. You're the shit dick in the fucking equation, asshat.
Stream. I unfortunately have not seen those interviews yet, so if I ask you the same questions, I apologize. But
I think a lot of the questions were, "Is Chili gay?"
Yeah, that, I don't care. I
things
don't
like
care
that.
about that shit. I don't care about that stuff. But now I lost my train of thought.
You haven't seen the interviews.
I haven't yet. So, what started the whole like process of the red flags, and then you finally saying, you know what, I'm fucking done with this? Like, what was the first red flag that you saw that you're like, all right, I'm just gonna let that slide, and then keep going? You see more and more red flags until you're like, screw it, I'm done with this. Like, what was the start of it?
Laney was the first red flag, because he Laney Hudson,
yeah,
the girl that got killed.
Yeah.
Right. So this is 9 months ago, 8 months ago. Colin can play with the vagueness of the memory. The red flags were put up not by Chili, they were put up by Colin. They're being exposed in the aftermath now. Chili didn't trust Colin. So when Chili set up conversations between his people and Colin, he would make sure he was included in the conversation record. You have Colin recording a laptop StreamYard conversation, not publicly broadcast, on his cell phone without Chili or David Condon knowing he's recording. Because when you're not streaming, StreamYard is a pass-through. It doesn't record that data. So they had no reason to believe they were being recorded. Dan went and fucking replayed that fucking shit right away, thus amplifying the fucking problem and committing the same act of broadcasting a private conversation without the consent of the participants in the conversation. Dan, it's fucking YouTube. It's small fish in here, but, just because you don't get prosecuted doesn't mean you didn't fucking commit a crime.
That was the first red flag, because I was really wanted to help that family and was involved in that case, and he didn't really want to do much of anything on it. And I just kept seeing that the more that we help people, like the more that he supposedly would help them, the more that they would get hurt and the more harassment they would get, especially like on Facebook and stuff.
Right.
And I just,
the harassment's not Chili's. Chili's not the cause of the harassment. You can blame it on him if you want to, but the cause of the harassment is groups like Welsh News Network, and these two fucking idiots are part of that fucking outer reach network. The harassers are Witch of Heart and Mark the Sarcastic Lawyer and a fuck ton of sock accounts and other fucking sock account players like Mark the Sarcastic Lawyer and Witch of Heart. That's why Witch of Heart was so bent when Playboys in Crime went down. Because Falcax and Wrangler walked away with her network.
I really didn't want to be a part of that.
So Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Now, I was involved. Of course, Welsh News Network did a whole thing about the Lainey Hudson case and the involvement of certain law enforcement agencies, 3-letter agencies.
Right.
Now, I was involved in a discussion with somebody in a professional capacity who was involved with the family of a youngster who had apparently gone to or was intercepted before they could.
Well, you're dancing around a lot of shit. The FBI. You're trying to vaguely prop up Dan's claim that the Welsh News Network, extended network, had contact with the FBI. You just perpetuate your fucking little ball sack licking liar, dude.
But their intention was to go to Huntington and
like Chili was in
and join
contact
Chili
with this child, basically.
There were other children involved as well, but I understand.
Those are some serious accusations, Mark, for someone who's never produced a receipt proving any of the shit that you say. Never produced a single receipt. Your source, who was not with a 3-letter agency, worked in a child care facility, shopped the story to Kate at Mass Hall Report before the Welsh News clown Simpworks latched onto it, and Mass Hall passed it up, said it was ridiculous. That didn't stop Dan from running with it, though. And these fools right behind. Wait for us, Dan. Wait for us.
Understand that you not witnessed any of that, but do you have any knowledge of children going to Huntington or being invited to go to Huntington to join in a rally there or from out of state?
I know nothing about that, and when I asked him about it, he claimed he knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
I do know that he had no plans of ever going there. So any kind of rally that he was supposed to be at, that was just bullcrap, because he had no plans of going there for sure. He doesn't care enough about anybody else to do that.
Right.
Get it, dipshit? You just confirmed that your source was taking you for a fucking ride. You literally are discrediting your fucking shit. A dumb, subservient junkie who wants to tell you, you know, what you want to hear, but you're not worthy of him making up fabrications for you.
Were you ever did he ever give you, I don't say warning, but ever talk to you about what he was going to do a live stream about, or talk about any of his plans and stuff before streaming about it, saying, hey, this time I want to talk about this, or, tomorrow I'm going to be going here, or did you know anything about his plans before he would execute them?
Sometimes, not always. Most of the time I didn't. When he went live, he would just say, hey, I'm going live. And, we'd get on, we'd jump on and do it.
I was just saying, and you would be backstage. You would be backstage and doing all the, that's what I thought, because I know he would mention you a few times, DLC, can you do this? And how many times did, when Chili would accidentally mute himself for quite some time, and you would actually put, I've seen it, you actually put in the headline here, you're muted, your sound is off, and he just wasn't even paying attention to.
He's very frustrating. Trying to produce him is just it's ridiculous. He doesn't pay attention to anything. The side chat and the private chat, he ignores it, doesn't pay attention to it. I could text him a million times. He would ignore all the text. He would ignore the signal messages. Even when I put stuff on the screen, half the time he wouldn't even look at the stuff.
I noticed, because it'd be literally he'd say no sound, and he'd still go
Yeah, because he's focused on what he's doing. You guys wouldn't understand focus, you ADD fucks.
With like 5-10 minutes with no.
And he'd get mad at me when I text him his actual phone, while he was live, and it would go off because it would make a ding noise. And but like a lot of times, like I don't do that unless all else fails, and unless you're on doing something you shouldn't be doing, and I'm trying to get you back in track, or your mic's not working or something, and that's when I would do it.
Here, Adele has a good question. Has he ever talked about his subscribers behind their backs?
Where the fuck is Colin's neck? How fat is this fucking guy? Like his head just kind of bobs around between two rounded shoulders.
Like, would he talk shit about any of his subscribers? Like, say, "Oh my god, these people are so stupid."
No, he's never talked about them behind their back. But he doesn't care about them. I know that much. Like he doesn't give two shits about any of them.
So, what do you think? Like, with all the people he's quote helped, like I guess Press with Rancor or You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties, Deborah, the people who he's quote unquote helped. What do you think his like end game was for that? Like, were they paying him? Like to do a service for him?
No, they weren't paying him.
Okay, that's good at least. Yeah, so he didn't. Yeah. If he
right on. Is it cold up there in Philly? Because she looks like she's put on all her winter weight already.
So say like, okay, I'm just throwing a hypothetical. Say Press Rancor wants to sue the cops and he wins. Would Chili want to have a cut of those damages?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that alone is like.
Did he ever fill in lawsuits for any of them? Like file a paper, like actually write up the paperwork and send in the paperwork and do the things that attorney should do.
Not him personally, because I don't think he knows how to do that. But
I'd agree with that.
He has two people that do legal stuff for him. A guy named Mark and a guy named Tony. Neither one of them are lawyers, and they don't understand the law either. But they're the ones that
neither one of them are me. Just to put that out there.
Right? Yes. Neither one of them are Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not you, Mark.
Yeah. No. Not this Mark. Yeah. Not this Mark.
I'll do a better job of it for a start.
Discussing law is the one guy's.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. That's right. I remember that guy. Yeah, he's the one that kind of started all of that, and then Chili was starting to see his videos, and then I guess took him on as like one of his legal team. That's what I love when he's like, I have a legal team. Like, do you though? Do you? Like, I don't.
In his mind, he thinks he's a big CEO of multi-corporation, big producer, and it's
for what? Like for what? Unless he thinks delete law.
Which look at his sub count and look at his monthly income, because that's where you fucking want to be. What do you mean for what? You don't know?
Oz is his.
Because Rich, you ain't here to fucking tell the truth or, do in-depth analysis. You're about as superficial as it comes. You flash in the fucking pan. You have to go the Chili route. You have no other choice. Sensationalize. He does it way better than you do.
Company, and because he's like trying to sell merch and stuff, and that would make you a company. Like, I don't.
He would talk to me all the time, talk down to me all the time about, I'm your boss, I'm the CEO, and he'd get mad at me when I would say, what? You're CEO of yourself,
That's interesting. So he actually considered you an employee as opposed to a subcontractor.
Absolutely. Our original agreement was partners. We were 50-50 partners, not for the main channel, but for clips and for anything else I started, like the TikTok, the Teespring and stuff. And then once they became monetized, then he backed out of it. He tried to pretend like, oh, I didn't say that. I didn't agree to that.
Yeah.
We didn't have a contract, unfortunately. I should have.
Yeah.
But all we had was like a handshake contract. And we did have it in email and text messages where that's what we agreed to.
That might be handy, to be honest with you, because I mean, I don't know how it is in your state or in the US, but it's the case here that you don't actually have to have a written contract.
I can prove he agreed to that for sure.
Yeah, even verbal stuff can. But again, because you've got an email exchange or a text exchange, then that can also help. So, Chili, by the way, don't mess with this guy. You know.
Oh no, he made a big mistake by making me an enemy. I'm a loyal person, even though I didn't agree with a lot of stuff he did. You know, I would have just left quietly and never would have said a damn thing about any of it because I'm a loyal person. I don't stab people in the back unless they come at me first. You know.
Colin's a loyal person. He doesn't stab people in the back. He doesn't go after people unless they come after him first. 2 days before Colin's pay was due, Colin started changing passwords on accounts and blocking Chili out and fucked with a channel and deleted materials. What the fuck are you talking about, Colin? You blew your fucking spot up, dude. You fucking junkie retard. Chili's not a bad guy. Chili did the right thing getting the fuck rid of you.
Well,
so did he ever play games with you? Just one more question quickly. Did he
Number 4. Pill Pops and Mo. It's Miss Mandy, who apparently I had hooligans, like little soccer hooligans, run around and dox Miss Mandy, according to Dildan, the demonstrable liar at Welsh News Network. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mandy. Miss Mandy has the pink pills today.
Now we know he constantly changes sort of the rules for the moderators on his channel. So 1 minute he'll be, don't ban anybody, and then he's like, ban everybody. And did he ever do that with you? Sort of changing the rules and moving the goalposts between
all the
shows?
time. All the time. That's what would drive me crazy is we would be doing things one way and they would be going good, and then all of a sudden out of the blue he would just want to copy. So and that's another thing. Like he has no creative of his own. Like only thing he would ever want to do is like copy other creators that were doing well and were getting a lot of views at the time. Like Tua Free wanted to try to copy him. James Freeman, he wanted to try to copy him. Like things that these guys were doing that were getting them a lot of views. He just would want me to do them, stop everything that I'm doing that has been working and just follow them. And like, we have something that works. We have a style. And that's something we fought about all the time because
I don't know who this person is, Miss Mandy Reacts.
I don't know this woman who this random.
Prime that pump. If they ain't throwing money, ain't been thrown in 5 minutes. Throw money, keep that pump primed.
Woman is that just happened to show up on panel. And by the way, Colin, this is Miss Mandy.
Hi.
She's one of our BFFs. She is also a fellow producer. Produces actually for very very successful channels.
I've seen her. I know who she is.
Yes. Oh yes.
I've never met her in person, but
I know who you are. Like,
did you ever get told to check out my channel just out of interest?
That was such big.
I do take the piss out of Chili quite a bit.
I told to check it out, but I know who you are. I've checked out your channel.
Damn.
I know. I was kind of like, I don't, because when you said that you always like my channel, by the way.
He don't fucking know who you are, Mark. He just buttering you up, you dumb fuck. He's a junkie. Miss Mandy does the same shit. You think you would have figured it out by now?
Thank you. Did you start checking out my channel when I first reached out to you about going to Lauren De Laguna?
Yep.
Or was it something that was just like,
No, it was from them.
It was from, and you're like, wow, this chick actually knows what she's talking about. Yeah, because I do research.
Yep.
I was actually trying to look up Lauren Wickman, but there's too many Lauren Wickmans here. I know, Cicero, right? Mandy,
She's private. Her Facebook's private now anyway because Chili attacked her.
Oh God, of course. Oh, touche. Thank you,
Touche. Back in with the gifted membership.
Thank you
Touche is
so
awesome.
much.
Touche is amazing.
Diarmid Costello would like to thank Touche for the last free membership he won at an affiliate of the Welsh News Network or the Welsh News Network itself. Touche is another pump primer in the Welsh News Network. Interesting accounting on the May raffle. Wow. We have numbers to work from. God knows how accurate they are, but Dan didn't do the shit he said he was going to do. Dan's a cheater.
Yeah, touche is pretty amazing. So, also speaking of memberships, is that what started all of this? Because even though we know that's not how gifted memberships work,
it's Touche's fault. I'm not saying whose fault it is, but it's kind of Touche's.
But so is that what started that you gave Welsh News Network a membership, even though we know you didn't? That's not how it works.
I don't think. I think it actually turned out it was the other way around. I think. Was it? Delete Laws Clips was gifted a membership on Welsh News Network.
No, it was the other way around.
That's thinks
PillBilly's going to argue.
I gifted Welsh a membership.
I knew that's what he thought.
And and that's not the case at all. I was in there doing opposition research for him, watching Welsh, and I was gifted a membership by.
So
that's Touche is the one that did it. Yeah.
Oh, Touche.
It was Touche's fault.
Touche started it. Right, because from what it looked like, it looked like you.
Touche played the ultimate troll card.
You had gifted a membership to Welsh. But then I thought to myself, like, they've done members only streams from Chile, so somebody was already gifted a membership, and I feel like it was Welsh. So you were on Welsh's channel, and then you just happened to have been gifted a membership.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that makes it even worse.
He doesn't understand at all how you
bought it. Oh my God, that makes him even more stupid. Because it's not like you bought it yourself. You were doing, the whole like opposition research, which I get. I do it too. And if I just happen to be gifted a membership, I just start laughing. I'm like, that's great. Like if somebody's gifting a membership here and Coded Friends gets gifted a membership, I'm not going to get pissed off at Touche for doing it because I know it's not Touche's.
Oh my God, I'm so on her fucking mind. Wow, that's an obscure reference. Before I even sniped her today. Amazing. They all talk about me.
Oh, and yes, I did point you out because you're the one that gets all.
And never gift Coded Friends anything.
No.
But anything. Just saying.
I would actually use it as a tool on clips.
Yes,
yes.
I would buy like 10 memberships randomly just to see, who all was in my chat that wasn't talking.
I've noticed that on mine. Like I've noticed with people memberships, and I'm like, oh, like one person who usually goes on one of the troll channels was gifted a membership of my channel.
Touche was gifted a Dr. Dave.
A Dr. Dave, yes. Yes, and Dear too.
Oh,
that's one of the ones that was gifted a membership. So it cracks me up that like he's been on YouTube for how long? 2 years now, and he still doesn't understand how gifted memberships work. Like
he doesn't understand how a lot of YouTube works. I don't know how he's made it this far. Honestly, he really doesn't.
I can't believe he just started doing StreamYards. Like it took him this long to figure out how to do StreamYard. Did you teach him how to do StreamYard?
Absolutely.
And yet, that idiot is able to make $15,000 in a month selling a trifolded piece of paper. You're chasing the same sell shit to audience goal that Chili is obtaining. Where the fuck are you in the equation? Why are you fucking laughing? You fucking sausage-fingered weirdo. Jesus, you look like you got all your winter weight on already.
And he
Yeah.
still doesn't know how to do it fully. He still doesn't know how to pull up like how to switch between the comments and like put the banners out and say he still doesn't know how to do that.
So
why does that not?
Chili dumb. Chili made $15,000 in a month selling a tri-folded piece of fucking paper with, you know, relatively irrelevant information on it. And these fucking pillbillies can't do better. But Chili's the fucking dumb guy. Huh.
Surprised me a whole lot.
I know, right? Like none of this.
It's one of the most user-friendly streaming streaming.
Yeah, like it didn't take me long to finally get the hang of it. It took me a minute, but I finally got it.
It's like you push one button, that's it.
Yeah,
it's right there. I mean, it's even like up the side of our screen, we've got banners. Like I can change the banner. Like
a 4-year-old can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a 4-year-old, and I can tell you he'll definitely be able to figure it out because he's, you know, he's a smart kid. But like it boggles my mind. So like you didn't have to do. So you said you did some opposition research. Can you and like this is going to be completely judge free. You know, we're not trying to dogpile on you, but I'm just curious as to what exactly you meant by opposition research. Like what? Like you would just see like what they were saying.
He had me going through. He wanted to know what video.
Which is smarter than Chili, way smarter than Chili. Chili has Colin do opposition research, which is really in fucking marketing. It's pretty standard lingo, which doesn't know what opposition research is. Like, not only not specifically what it is, but she doesn't know what the two terms put together mean. Like she doesn't know what opposition means. You study your opponent, you dumb fuck.
Videos that Welsh was using because that was around the time that he was trying to copyright strike everybody.
Right.
I got a strike from Chili.
Miss Mandy got a strike,
and I had like 300 subscribers then.
Miss Mandy got a strike, and she was a mod too.
He striked me. I when I first started, I was a troll. I was a troll against Chili actually, and I had a channel that was making fun of him, and he actually striked me 3 times and got me banned.
Okay, so then, all right, so okay, that's a good.
I would love to hear about that. Actually.
Yeah, so awesome. you were a troll against Chili first, and then how did that dynamic change? How did that dynamic change to you, like becoming partners?
That dynamic changed because I was trying to get him triggered, so I sent him links to my videos in his Facebook, and one of the days he one of the days he actually saw it and was online and saw it and responded back, and we had a back and forth, and he actually was like, hey, you know, you do good work, you know, I actually like your editing, I like what you do, any chance that you know you could do it on my side and we could work together. And at first I was like, no way in hell. But we had a long heart-to-heart talk for like 4 hours, and that's when he you know, a lot of the things that I you know, like he's a very good con man, and you know he knows what to say. Like by the end of that conversation, he had me believing that
Chili's a good con man. Chili's the con man all of you wish you fucking were, except you would call yourself salespeople, or you would call yourself an executive, which Chili's tried to do. Chili's a good fucking salesman. $15,000 worth of fucking tri-folded pieces of paper. He has an actual product line. None of you fucking wannabes have that shit. Why are you making fun of him? He's fucking smarter than you. You're like gnats buzzing around. You're just a fucking nuisance.
That everybody was wrong about him. None of the things he said. And you know, we were very close to. We didn't say yes for sure that we were going to do the partnership thing, But I said, you know, let me sleep on it. And then the very next, as soon as we got off the phone, he copyright struck my channel for the third time and got it taken down.
And then but you still like partnered up with him even after that? I would have been like, "Fuck you, dude." I mean, you do you, man, but like that would have been. That's shady as shit.
I had already worked for like 6 months on that channel to grow it, and by then I was like deflated. Like that's what he does. He uses people. He tries to, you know, tries to leverage things against them. So he.
The junkie harassed Chili with derogatory videos, troll videos. Chili turned around and offered him a job to work for him. Colin took the fucking job. The story about striking out his channel, they're not showing any proof of that shit. Colin took a job with Chili. Chili made a comment in one of the conversations that Colin leaked. And Chili had said, hey, man, he was giving Colin access to a deeper insight into the analytics and money of his shit. And he said to Colin, I'm just waiting for 1 month to go by where you don't have a meltdown. So, I mean, with the shit that Colin's released, you can see how Colin instigated, manipulated, and agitated Chili 2 days before Colin was due to get any pay. If Chili hasn't paid him at this point, that's not a smart move on Chili's part. Just give him his money and get rid of the fucking clown. Because he's just going to parade around on these low-rent fucking channels. It's not going to amount to anything. Nobody's watching these idiots. So he's just going to parade around at the fucking, base of the fucking garbage dump, picking up whatever scraps he can get. Good luck, Colin.
He caught me at a bad time in my life when things were really bad for me. And, the chat, if he took my channel, then I really didn't have much else choice but to just go work with him, I figured, what can it hurt?
I'm sorry. He does strike me as the type that could be very charismatic.
Absolutely. Definitely.
And that if he caught the right person on the right day, could talk people into stuff. So, and I hate 100%. To give him that. Well, trust me, I hate to give him anything.
I will give credit where credit is due. As much as it pains me, I will always give credit where credit is due. If I was gonna do another history video, it would probably be a bit longer. I would say what Chili got right, because I think I did do that in one of my videos. I'm like, okay, he's not wrong about that. I'll give him credit where credit's due. Granted, it's
I just want to point out really quickly. Yes, Iron Wolf, we are dual streaming, so that's probably why you're not seeing some of the messages.
We also changed it to live chat replay, not talk chat replay. If you haven't done that. Yeah. Here's another question I wanted to ask, and now I can't remember. So
sorry,
when you talk to him for 4 hours, is he his, I guess, off YouTube personality and his on YouTube personality? Are they the same, or is he kind of a different person when he's off of YouTube? Or do you think he's pretty much the same person?
Mannerisms wise and stuff, he's the same. But off air, you can definitely see what his true colors are.
Okay, so he's more of a dick off YouTube than he is on YouTube.
No, more of money centric. He's definitely all focused about money.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't have any. Well, no. Let me
It's a business, dipshit. You have to focus on money when you run a fucking business. What else are you going to focus on?
Take that back. He probably does.
No,
from YouTube.
So how much does he make off YouTube altogether?
He actually good money. I mean, we were averaging $10,000 a month. The last few months that I got in there, we were averaging $10,000 to $12,000 a month.
Right.
but he would just blow it all.
Yeah.
That's
and that's not counting the trifold.
He was
that's not counting the trifold.
Yeah, we'd sell another $8,000 to $10,000 a month in trifolds on TikTok.
$8,000 to $10,000 a month.
What are your personal opinions?
So Colin's given you a realistic last 3 month estimate of Chili's income between YouTube and trifold sales, and it's, you know, he's indicating it's between 16 and 18 grand a month. These fucks. I mean, would you invest in Delete Laws at this point in time, or would you invest your money with these 3 fucking clowns? They've been fucking talking all kinds of shit about him for a year. And even Dildan can't get with this fucking Griftathon, never shown a receipt for donation to a fucking charity. It took him 6 months to bilk 10 grand out of his audience, and Chili's averaging 16 to 18K a month. These kids are fucking drooling. They're maybe waking up to the fact that they backed the wrong fucking dog. That they should have taken a intellectually challenged American. They should have made that choice over a Welsh waterhead. You live and you learn.
Opinions on the trifold, because of course I have my own, which aren't very positive. But yeah, what are your opinions of it?
My opinion is the only thing on there that is actually worth anything is plead the fifth. That's it. Everything else on there is just going to get you locked up and no good at all. It's all bad case law.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, because it's not the cop's job. That's another thing that people don't understand. It's not the cop's job for, like, if you're driving drunk and you get pulled over, like, the cop's job is to do the field sobriety, deem whether or not you're sober, and take you to jail. If you don't think that's fair, you go to the courts. That's what the court is for, is to decide whether or not.
Fuck, you left out, you just assumed guilt. You left out the or let you go part.
Not that arrest was legit or whatever.
Yeah, the trifold is all about fighting on the side of the road, and that's not what you do. You know,
it's not what you do. You fight in the court. And
not only that, but I also I very much disagree with his the goalposts thing that he goes on about. You know, put your hands up here by the visor.
Right, because they can have a weapon.
I actually showed I showed an image on the last stream that we did of somebody who had a firearm up there, and of course, because a police officer stood next to the car, he can't see what's up there in the visor area.
Right.
So my advice to people has always been just keep your hands on the wheel. The officer can see them. You know, do what you need to do, and then sort it out in court.
Yeah, you definitely don't reach. That's a good thing. Don't be reaching around, but you don't. You definitely don't want to put anything up in the air because they could think that you're, getting ready to shoot them or something.
Right. Yeah. Definitely don't reach anything. But
I would just say to everybody who watches Chili, don't do that. Just leave your hands where the police officer can see them. If they tell you to reach for something, then
10 and 2. That's how it usually is.
The kind of advice that he gives is going to get somebody seriously hurt or worse. So that's one of the main reasons I have a problem.
So has he ever, with the trolling, say, Irish Demon pulled a couple trolls on him, Ironton Auditor pulled a couple trolls on him. Has he ever called you or texted you to just bitch and vent about random shit?
Oh yeah.
These motherfuckers.
Well, not really. I mean, he the most he would be, the latest was Dick Bag. He really got triggered by Dick Bag using his voice.
Shout out to Dick Bag Patrol! Shout out to Dick Bag Patrol! He's been on my stream a couple times. I freaking love that.
Yeah, we streamed it with
yeah, he's
I
definitely
keep
been on
wanting to
the
call
stream.
DP, and the worst thing is, but if I start doing that, I'm gonna start saying, yeah, we all love DP.
Yeah, we all love DP.
That happened in my chat yesterday. He came in my chat yesterday, and
well, not literally, but
stop.
Wait, are the PillBillys gonna go all sexual innuendo? Maybe.
Stop. And someone said, I love DP. And I was like,
yes.
I highlighted it, brought it up on my screen. I was like, only in my community can you like have this comment and it be perfectly like not a nasty thing. And I was like, oh, it made my look at my face now. It just made my face turn blood red.
Oh my
like,
God.
oh.
So like you've been on stream with him. Obviously, you're usually on stream with him like the entire time he's live, right?
I think if it ever happens in the future that there's a like a Lifetime movie event, the Frauditor Wrangler story, subtitled "I Don't Have Any Purple Hearts." I think that the role of Kimmy Wrangler should be played by Miss Mandy. I think you get a 1-for-1 swap there. The rest of the cast, I would go, get the best possible talent, but I would just swap out Kimmy Wrangler for the real life Miss Mandy. That's definitely a fucking 1-for-1.
Yep.
So
I missed a couple of streams, but most of the streams I was there with him the whole time.
So then when the stream's over, do you guys still talk like backstage, like maybe to like do or like review the stream, or he'd be like, oh my God, these comments piss me off or whatever, I mean, but were you okay? I'm gonna ask you a question. Like I said, I'm just saying, were you always like a yes man to him?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. That's one of the reasons we fought all the time, is because I would not go along with a lot of the stuff he said.
So like what were some of the things that you did go along with? Like I said, this is safe space, no judgments. We're not gonna talk about, I'm really curious. Like what were some of the things that you did go along with him? And do you still believe in that? Do you still believe the stuff that you went along with him?
Agreed with. Maybe not went along with, but agreed with.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
I went along with him with like hawking the trifolds like crazy. Even though I didn't I said that nobody wants to see you sell trifolds. The more you keep putting trifold, having me put trifold videos out and pushing them, the more the views are going to go down, and nobody's going to watch. And he just because that's where his money comes. That's what he uses to that's his spending money. So he was just having none of it. He absolutely wanted to push the trifolds, and I went along with it, but I didn't agree with it.
I know, Navy girl.
So because you said he made up to, at some point he made up to 10 to 12K a month. What would he spend it on? Like, what would he spend it on?
Spend it on a lot of nonsense stuff. Like he bought a $1,500 printer. He bought a $1,500.
Where would he even keep that? He lives in his van. Where would he even keep?
Well, he could put it in the garage till you sell it for pill money. You fucking witch. There's an overlay on the screen. It's a report from some website. CodedFriend.001 as a YouTube content provider has a subscriber count of 706. That's accurate. A video count of 117. That's accurate. Total views across all videos, 89,416. Total average views per video, 764. Oh my fucking God, look at these two numbers. You guys are the fucking best. Absolutely the best. I'm glad I fucking shook the weak ones out of here. Active subscriber base 108%. So apparently there are 8% of you guys that aren't subscribed yet, but are here every fucking time. Help a brother out. Give me your fucking sub. You're coming anyways. Dead subscriber base, -8%. I'm telling you, we're building a different machine over here, Danny. Our numbers are so fucking good. Your numbers suck dog dick, Dad. In the last month, you've gotten 8,000 new subscribers, yet this site reports your subscriber base as an over 92% dead subscribers. Don't fucking show up. Your views per video are average views per video are only 200 per video above mine. I don't know, Dan. There's not much growing in your fucking garden. We're growing 100% efficient, and we're 8% weed. We're 8% weed. They're in here growing, and we don't know who they are. Sub for us, would you? You guys are the best fucking subscriber base any channel could ask for. Active subscriber base 108%. I'll stay fucking small. I'll grow slow. I love you guys. Thank you.
No, he squats in the studio.
Which studio? The one that he painted all black?
Navy girl, drop it.
No, he painted another one all black, but yeah, he lives in a studio in Vegas.
Oh, he actually has a studio in Vegas. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on, I'm just checking.
Yeah, so Navy Girl says, how does he have over 300,000 subs but can barely get a couple of hundred people watching? Is he buying subs?
Ooh, that's
like I said before, I've not seen any proof he's buying subs. I do acknowledge abnormalities. There was times when it would show while we were live that we had 3,500 people in the room or whatever, and then after the live was over, it would really only be 300. The number would change to 300.
Right.
So like weird stuff like that would happen. But as far as like where all the subs were coming from, it was. I mean, I was watching it in the analytics. They were coming from the shorts that I was putting out and stuff. Because
okay.
a lot of those shorts were going super viral. A million views and like 750,000 views. We were getting like at one point we were getting like 4,000 subs a day on the main channel from the shorts.
Wow. Wow. So
hi, Raven.
I was gonna say something else. So to kind of reiterate the question, because something you went along with even though you didn't agree with, like, but what were some of the things that you did actually agree with? Like when you had that 4-hour conversation, what were some of the things that you were just like, oh wow, I guess he is right about that? Like, and like I said, with whatever you actually agreed with, not just went along with, but like what you actually agreed with.
Michelle, why would I do that and ruin my fucking numbers? It was hard work to get the fucking fake ones out. The hangers on. The non-participating. The ones who don't add anything to the mix. It took a while to shook them out. I think they all went over to the Welsh News Network. I think they throw like dollar bills at him, super chat style, like he was a fucking dancing monkey. Dan's dead subscriber base on that report. I'll get into it the next stream I do. I just got a message from my buddy. My new laptop I had shipped to his house. I got to take an hour ride out to grab it, format it up, and transfer all the fucking functionality and passcodes and shit. And maybe later tonight I'll fire that up. This new laptop should end the issue I have with the color bands at the bottom of the paused YouTube player. And I will take this laptop apart, give it a thorough cleaning. My buddy's got a bench set up for all this shit. So I'll clean that out and see if I need to replace the graphics card. This laptop is like 6 years old, but it was top tier when I bought it. So I got a good run out of it. I only paid like maybe $300 or $400 for it. So yeah, so I'll have some new gear. We'll get shit set up. I just popped this up because I thought it was funny to see that Colin showed up at the third tier of the spiral to the bottom in this little niche corner of YouTube. Irish Demon passed down. That's one loop level around down the spiral. Dan. Another loop down. That's 2 loops. The Witch of Heart and Mark the Spastic Peg Boy are probably 2 loops down the spiral. Yeah, I mean, straight plunge drain pipe after fucking Witch after you do the Witch of Hearts show. Thank you to all our fucking crazy ass loyal listeners. Appreciate you guys. 108% subscriber activity. Wow. Dan has the Welsh News Network, despite the fact that they've put on 8,000 new subs in the last less than 60 days, and their subscriber base is 92% dead. You would think all those new subscribers, there would be some enthusiasm. There doesn't seem to be any enthusiasm for the Welsh News Network. Over here, though, everybody comes back and more. There are people hiding in the fucking audience. They don't want anybody to know that they're here. They're not subscribing. Tisk, tisk. We're happy to have you all. Thank you all for coming back as often and as regular as you do. And fuck, man, I got a nice core to build on. Next live stream, I'll put up the Discord invite again. I guess what happened last time was 10 people hit the invite link in a very short span of time. And of course, that was crazy overload activity for the Squo's Discord. So it, shut down the invite, some spam thing. So we'll put that up again. Hopefully each time it'll allow a few more people through the gate before Discord decides to slam the gate shut. And we'll keep letting you in till we have enough. Everybody have a great day today. Thanks for showing up. I think we peaked out at 40. Not bad for an impromptu. Thanks again, guys. I'll get with you soon. I have no outro tune, so I'm just going to say have a nice day.